Seems Toyota is abandoning off-roaders with the new Tacoma. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. And that's right, it seems I'm getting the hint that Toyota is sort of abandoning the off-road community with the new Toyota Tacoma. And all you have to really do is take a look at what they've done with the new Tundra. There's a lot of signs there. But real quick, before we get into it, make sure, if you're new or you haven't before, that you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. So what am I talking about? Is Toyota abandoning the off-road community? Let's talk about it. First of all, they're giving us this tiny 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. You know, when you're off-road, I would suspect more power is a good thing. You know, if you need to get up and over something, or you need to spin over something, or you just need that extra oomph to get where you want to go. Now, what about overheating? You know, turbos, they don't like heat. But when you're off-road and you're going through the trails, and I'm talking about a little more severe off-roading here, you're going to be stopping and starting and revving and stopping and revving. The engine is going to heat up. That means the turbo is going to heat up. How much do you think it can take before it just says, forget about it, man, and it gives out on you? Now you're stranded out there in the middle of nowhere. Next up, it's too much money to beat on. You know, the pricing on new vehicles is going crazy anyway, right? Especially right now. But the next generation, the 4th generation Toyota Tacoma, is probably going to be pretty pricey. I would guess well equipped, probably somewhere in the $40,000 to $45,000 range. That's going to be crazy if you're taking it out and beating it up. And who's going to do that? You know, I think that's a big reason why a lot of people don't take their new Tacoma off-roading, because they just have too much money in it. So it's something to be concerned about, and it's something that I think we're going to see. That is higher prices on the new Tacoma. Number 3, too many electronics. You know, I find it funny when they throw a bunch of electronic gadgets in a vehicle and still call it off-road. I mean, imagine this. Take your computer, your laptop, your desktop, whatever it is, take it out every day and beat it, shock it, shake it around, and see how long it lasts. You know, trucks, off-roaders, aren't really meant to have all those electronic gadgets inside because they're not built for that. Your computer is not built in a manner that you can take it out and shake it all over the place. It's the same kind of components that they're putting inside the new trucks, the new Tacoma. It's not meant for that, and it's nothing but problems. Number 4, no tow hooks. If they follow the same path as they did with the new Tundra, you're not going to see any tow hooks on the Tacoma. Now, it's not like there's a ton of them anyway. I mean, you have that recovery point in the front, that hook underneath, and that's it. But at least you have that. Of course, we have the hitch, the back part. You could hook on there if you happen to get into a situation where you're in trouble, you might need a tow, and you happen to be facing the right way. That's the other problem. So you really need a front and a rear recovery point. They took that away on the Tundra, which again signals to me that they're kind of abandoning the off-road community. Number 5. It's going to be too low if it follows the path of the Tundra. It's one thing that I noticed about the Tundra, it sits low. You can't do that if you're big time into off-roading. I mean, you're going to destroy everything under the truck. An exhaust? Forget about it. It's going to get ripped off. What about all those other components under there? Have you ever looked underneath your Toyota Tacoma? There are a lot of little lines and electronic bits that hang down under there. Put the truck even lower to the ground, and now it's at risk. You just hope that you don't rip something off that will disable the truck. Because then again, you're stranded out in the middle of nowhere while your electronic whatchamacallit is dangling underneath your truck. Doesn't make any sense to me. Further proof that Toyota is abandoning the off-road community. Number 5, electric, EVs. You know, Toyota has announced that by, I believe it's 2025, every model that they have will be available in an electronic form or in the electronic form. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to get rid of the older versions right away, but you know they're headed in that direction. It costs a lot more money to manufacture 2 different versions of the same thing. It's more cost effective to have one powertrain across the board. And that's where I think Toyota is headed. Now, obviously, it's not something that they're going to come out with right away. But then again, is 2025 that far off? I don't think so. Now, the other problem with the EVs, even if they did set it up to be an off-road beast, where are you going to charge a thing? I mean, if you're 30, 40, 50, whatever miles away from a charging station, what are you going to do? Maybe you could whip out some solar panels and, I don't know, a week later, you'd have enough energy to turn the radio on. Who knows? But I think at this point, by going to the AV side or the EV side, it's definitely a sign that Toyota is abandoning off-roaders, literally, because you will be abandoned if you run out of juice while you're out there in the middle of nowhere. Now, there is an intermediate step, of course. We're going to have the 4-cylinder turbo, and then we're going to have a 4-cylinder turbo hybrid. That's kind of the bridging point, I guess. I really see the hybrids as a way to kind of ease us into full electronic or electric vehicles. You know, give us a little bit of a taste, throw a motor somewhere, either in the transmission or maybe on a rear wheel, something like that, a couple if you have 4-wheel drive, and then ultimately get rid of the combustion engine altogether. It'll all be electric, and I think that's where we're heading, and it's at that point that Toyota will fully have abandoned off-roaders, and you won't be able to go anywhere unless you stay within range of a charging station. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Does it seem to you like Toyota is abandoning off-roaders? I'd be curious to know. Also, if you didn't in the beginning, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive, FST, all about full-size trucks. Currently, my 2022 Ram 1500. And Robmotive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Thanks for watching. Stay charged out there. Bye.